This is Rich with CorrienteLatina.com, and I'm here with Camila Luna. How are you today?
I'm really good, and you? Happy to talk to you.
Thank you. Likewise. So let me ask you the first question. For who is Camila Luna? I mean, from our artist perspective and just outside of music. For those that don't know, because I think you're multi-talented and in and out of music, which is insane. And we'll dive a little bit deeper into that. But just for the people, just let us know who you are.
Well, my name is Camila Luna. I'm 24 years old. I'm from Puerto Rico, but I live in Miami. I grew up here. And besides that, I'm a musician, but I guess apart from that, I also have like a whole other side of my life, which is what I think you were referring to before. Yeah, well, I'm also a poetry professor at the University of Miami over here. So I'm doing that at the same time as music, and it's a little bit surreal, I guess, sometimes.
It is. You're nominated you were nominated for your first Grammy in 2015, and now 2 years later, you are nominated again. Like, I guess the first time you were nominated, the feeling has to be incredible. Is it the same or is it different? Like, I can't even imagine getting nominated for a Latin Grammy. Like, how is that feeling for you?
Yeah, it was insane. The first time was it was the most surreal moment of my life, right? Like, there's no sense in any way, shape, or form of expectation, like zero. It's something that, like, you think is kind of like impossible in a certain way. At least I did. I didn't think that there was a possibility of that. So when it happened, and it was like for my album, I was against artists like Mana. I was like, what is going on, And yeah, of course, it was a huge amount of excitement, of crying, of screaming. It was crazy. I'm not going to say it wasn't like this this year. You never kind of like really expect it. It's always that huge surprise or shock or excitement. But of course, there's nothing like that first time, And now it was also different. When I was nominated 2 years ago, I was trying to focus completely on music. I had just graduated from undergrad, and it was like right after that summer, so I was still kind of figuring it out, and I was totally 100% involved in music. Now, when the nomination came out, I was actually teaching my class. So I found out, like, people were starting to text me, congrats, and I was like, congrats for what? I thought maybe they meant for something of the Grammys because I knew that they were coming out that day, but I didn't know what category. It was so now I guess my life has changed, but it's still so cool. Very exciting.
So does that mean maybe like 3 years from now, another Latin Grammy nomination, and now you're getting like your doctorate? It's like a pattern now.
It's funny. It might be. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I graduated from a master's in May, and I'm thinking, like, for me, I love studying. I've always been a huge nerd. I love it. It's like what I like. How do I explain it? I love music, right? It's a huge thing for me, but I also love like literature and poetry. It's like a thing. It sounds weird to say it, but it's something I absolutely love. So I wouldn't mind to keep going with that and keep being a professor would be amazing. Hopefully I have the opportunity to keep going. So who knows? Maybe, but I don't know. I would love to keep putting out albums. So we'll see. Who knows what can happen?
Awesome.
Don't expect anything.
No. So, it must be really hard to balance that out, right? Like,
yeah.
Do you find yourself, I guess, what is your motivation, or what is your kind of routine for writing music? Do you sequester yourself in some different side of your house, or what is that vibe like?
No, I can kind of write music anywhere. It just depends on the inspiration. If I'm not inspired, then I won't be able to write music anywhere. Like, doesn't matter the place, the time, nothing. It works for some people. Like, there's like this whole thing, this method where it's like if you write at the same desk every day, then like the muses will know where to find you. That kind of stuff is like something that people say a lot. But for me, that doesn't really work. It doesn't matter. If I'm inspired, I usually will even write on my phone. Like my poetry or my songs, they usually start because I'm usually like in the car, or I'm always in this place where like it's completely like inopportune place completely. So I just have to like write it on my phone or like voice note like quietly to like not forget the melody, just kind of, and then that's there, and then I'll work on it after. But it comes in like little sporadic ideas. If I force it, there's no way anything will come out. Like, no way. So,
gotcha.
Yeah.
So talk to us a little bit about this latest project, right? Like, Latin Grammy nomination, totally different category.
Yeah, very different.
What, from the first album to this album, because I think you worked with kind of the same musicians, right?
Yeah, same producer, Jose Luis Pardo, who's from Los Amigos Invisibles. So, same vibe, pretty much. A little bit different.
So you came in with kind of like, hey, we're just kind of continue what we set out to do, or was there kind of a different thought process to, hey, I kind of want to go in this direction?
I wanted to make something that was a bit more pop, right? Like, that was what I wanted to do. And I also wanted to make something that was more cohesive, because even though I love the album Flamboyant, it's the first thing I put out, you're always going to be like, it's like your little baby, right? But there were obviously things that you always look back and you want to do differently or whatever. And I thought that I loved some of the songs off the album that were more cohesive together, but there were a few like outliers, right, that I wasn't sure about in retrospect. So I wanted something to be like very cohesive and to be like a conceptual album, but I wanted it to be like super pop. So we experimented with things that were much more pop than what actually ended up coming out of the album. A lot more things, but then it was weird because the songs I was writing weren't that pop, but we were trying to make them more pop. It kind of took a while to get exactly what the vibe even was going to be. But once we kind of decided to just let the songs that I wrote take us to where they had to be, then it was easier, and it ended up becoming, I think, a pretty cohesive album. And I mean, weirdly enough, I kind of saw it as a little bit more alternative or indie in some ways, but the category is in contemporary pop, which is kind of funny because I don't think it's really contemporary pop, but it's cool, but because it's not they're not songs that are going to come out on the radio, I think, at least not here in Miami, maybe somewhere else, but that's a whole other story.
Yeah. So what was the most fun song to record from this album?
Well, I think for sure Amor Frutero. And it's not just because that's my next single. I actually promise. This is not self-promotion. No, for real though, that was the funnest song to record by far. Because it has this whole tropical beat. We were working with the son, the Cuban son. I don't know if you're Benny Moré, that kind of vibe, that's what we were going for. And that was so much fun. And it also has kind of a rap part, in the verses, which I was experimenting with that. I was experimenting with languages, I bring in French and Portuguese in it. Yeah, so I was just having the time of my life, honestly, recording that song was the funnest. And it came the easiest to me, so it wasn't I was really trying to, for it to come out good. It was just letting it flow.
Oh, cool. So, being from Miami, you, not me. What is one of the craziest stories you can tell us, wow, maybe doing a show or on tour? Give me a crazy Camila Luna story.
Oh my God, that is so hard. That is just so difficult. A crazy story. Wow, let me think. Oh, that definitely, I mean, let's say, well, once, this is actually, I don't even know if this is crazy or just embarrassing. But okay, so I was like just starting out. I hadn't really like performed much anywhere. And, actually the DJ, I don't know if you're familiar with Mr. Power.
Yeah.
So he's like done LAMC a lot, and well, he's done everywhere, he tours a lot, and he's, getting really recognized and stuff. And at the time, we were becoming friends here in Miami, and he was like, oh, are you going to go to LAMC this year? This was a while back. So I was like, yeah, he knew I was like starting out as a singer. He's like, why don't you come and perform in my set? As like, one of the singers, she can't come, so you'll just sing, and him doing like the DJ stuff. I was like, wow, it was an amazing opportunity. It was like in the Highline Ballroom and LAMC. It was like the big event, the indie showcase. So it was big, so I was super nervous about it, super nervous. I hadn't really like, I don't know why I was so nervous actually, but I really, really was. So I had to like drink a few shots. I was like, there's no way that I'm going to be able to do this without at least like 2 tequila shots. So I did that. That made me feel a little bit more comfortable. And I was like, okay, I think I'm ready. So all of a sudden, I was not prepared for this at all. I thought we were going to perform in like an hour. He comes up to me and he's like, we're going now. Like, get up on the stage. We're doing this. I didn't even know I was the first song, It was kind of weird. So then once that happened, I performed, and I thought I did great, right? I was like, okay, yeah, nailed it, done. Thank you, tequila. But then when I come down, I noticed I still had my purse on the whole time while I was freaking performing. I was like, no. Super embarrassing. I don't know if it's the crazy that you wanted from the story, but it is the embarrassing. So there you go. Now everyone knows something about me.
That's perfect.
To this day.
So let me ask you this: if you could record with any artist, dead or alive, who would it be, and why?
That is so hard. That is the most difficult question ever.
I thought the last one was.
That was difficult. But this is like, wow. Okay, so I have so many artists that I just kind of see as like godly, right? Like I'm just like, they're like the gods, right? So like Stevie Nicks for me, whether that's expected or not, is like a goddess for me. So even meeting her would probably just like kill me. So Stevie Nicks, Lana Del Rey, even though she's much more contemporary. I don't know if she's like in goddess territory yet, but I really, really love Lana Del Rey. And she's like also affected my music in a lot of ways. Let's see who else. Sting. I love Sting. Kurt Cobain. That's also maybe a little bit unexpected. I had a huge Nirvana phase in high school, like huge, and I love Kurt Cobain. And I think that he was an amazing lyricist. So if he was alive, recording with him would be a dream. Also Benny Moré, who I mentioned earlier. He was kind of a big influence on the album, on the song, mostly Amor Frutero. And I respect him a lot. I read a lot about him, heard his stuff, and he would be amazing if only to record with him.
Nice. So, new single, which you shamelessly plugged a little earlier. Just kidding. Tell us a little bit more about it. Well, I mean, you told us more about it. You got the video coming out, right?
Yes.
When is that supposed to drop?
So the video is dropping on Monday. On Primer Impacto is where it's like they're gonna debut it on Monday, but it's gonna be on my channel, once that comes out. So like Monday night, that'll be out, and I'm super excited about it. We recorded it here in Miami. We had to buy like maybe 30 or 40 fruits just like for like the props of the set, which is funny. And we, people in public were like, "What are you doing?" But it was fun. It was so cool. We rented out like this. It was called like the only Mexican hacienda in Miami. like that kind of architecture here. And it was just so different from anything like I had really seen before here in Miami, and that was very cool. So yeah, I'm excited to just put it out, and I think it goes very well with this kind of like tropical theme we have going on in the song.
Awesome. So where do you see yourself in after the single drops?
Well, the single's going to drop on Monday, and then the next day on Tuesday we leave to the Grammys. So, like immediately after, it's going to be a crazy ride. I know, but this kind of stuff, it's a ride, Anything.
I could be talking to a Grammy Award winner at this point.
We'll see. I don't know. I mean, it would be amazing, though. I can't even imagine it. But, well, yeah. I mean, it's a ride. And then after that, I'm just going to keep, once we're back, I'm going to keep promoting. Trying to like put my music out there, and also take advantage of this whole nomination to really, keep trying to like reach more people. That's the biggest thing, and get more people to, just to listen and hopefully like what they hear.
Awesome. Any last words for everyone listening to this interview?
What? Sorry, I didn't hear that.
No worries. Any last words for the people listening to this interview?
Oh, yeah, well, basically, I hope that they like all of listening to all of my rants and weird stories and whatever. But apart from that, hopefully they'll check out my music and hopefully they really like it. Once again, Amor Frutero is that new single, but the whole album, Flora y Fauna, is on, Spotify, Apple Music, and that, and hopefully it speaks to them, right? And apart from that, also, I'm a huge social media addict, especially on Instagram. And they can follow me on Instagram. My name, once again, is Camila Luna. My username is Camila Luna Music. And hopefully we can connect like that.
Absolutely. Well, thanks so much for the interview. I'm gonna do the favorite things, and then maybe at the end you just give us a drop so we can use that. Is that okay?
Oh, okay.
All right, cool. You ready for the favorite things?
Yeah.
All right. So, Camila Luna, your favorite things. What is your favorite food?
Wow, that's so difficult to decide. Probably a cross between pizza and spaghetti and meatballs.
Your favorite color?
Red.
Your favorite artist?
Oh, wow, no, way too hard. Way too hard. Just one? Wow, okay. Stevie Nicks.
Okay. Your favorite actor?
That's difficult. Leonardo DiCaprio, probably. I just realized him. Thank you.
Your favorite movie?
Favorite movie? Wow, no. It's too hard. Favorite movie? Oh, you're gonna have to give me a second. No. I love like cheesy movies, but at the same time, I don't. I just watched The Holiday, so all I can think about is The Holiday. But I really like it, so if you want, you can just put that.
Okay.
And favorite movie.
Your favorite cereal?
Favorite cereal? That's a little bit easier. Probably, I would say Fruity Pebbles.
Nice. Your favorite sport, if you have one?
Favorite sport? Probably none.
Nice. And your favorite drink?
Favorite drink? I would have to say I love white wine, but it has to be like super sweet. So maybe I like Riesling, actually. Hey, CorrienteLatina, this is Camila Luna. I just want to give a shout out to everyone who's listening to this right now. It'd be super cool if you check out my music. I'm on Spotify, Apple Music, all of that. And also follow me on Instagram, Camila Luna Music. Besitos.